Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Ringside Geeks Mini. I'm Monroe, the hostess with the mostest, and here with me tonight I have Dave. Say hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
And of course, Tom. Say hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
There's no John with us tonight, but we do miss him. This mini is solely dedicated to the Mae Young Classic that will be taking place. I think it will be debuting on the network August the 28th. It would be the first round, and then they release the next round, and then the final. Is that right, Dave?
Yep, hang on, I'll get you some dates here.
I think it's the 28th.
I've got my notes, I thought. I lost my notes.
It's airing the 28th, and then the other episode will be the 4th of September.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Well, with this episode, I'm just going to run down some information about all 32 women. There may be some people here that you guys have never heard of. But there are a lot of decorated women in this tournament. And I'll also give you a match that you can go check out to see what they're all about.
And we'll put links to that in the show notes. If she has them, we'll link you to some YouTube links so that you can see beforehand. And just so you guys know, we do not know. We didn't read the spoilers. These are all pre-taped except for the finals. We don't know the results, so we will not be diving into spoilers.
Nope. It's just all information about these individual women.
There you go.
All right, ready?
Let's do it.
Well, the order that I'm going to go in is there are a lot of women in this tournament, in contrast to the CWC, who don't have a whole lot of wrestling background or experience. So for those women that I didn't find very much information about, I'm going to go through those first.
So what?
Okay.
Basic question I have, and you'll probably get into it, but are they like just athletes from other sports or?
Yeah, there are some who are power lifters, some that are MMA fighters like that, but they've never had any wrestling experience.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the first lady I'm going to talk about, her name is Zeta. I don't know if you guys remember, not too long ago, they had a bunch of Chinese recruits. Mm-hmm. She was one of them. She's currently signed to NXT. She is a previous MMA fighter. She's undefeated, actually, but I don't think she fought for very long. Okay. She did train with Brian Kendrick at his school before signing with NXT.
This dude loves to train the women.
Oh, I know, right? She's also a singer and a model.
Wow.
She has a YouTube page doing all this stuff. Yeah.
She's Chinese?
Is she what?
She's Chinese?
She's Chinese American.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, she has no previous wrestling background or anything like that, but she's pretty athletic. She has this story. She was homeless in LA and everything while she was training with Brian Kendrick and all this other stuff. And I don't know her finisher.
She's the Mae Young's TJP.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, you could say that.
With a little less wrestling experience, but yeah, sure.
Okay.
But that's really all for Zeta. The next lady is Reina Gonzalez, who is from Texas, the United States, and she is currently signed to NXT. She is actually, this is one of, I think, 3 second-generation wrestlers in this tournament.
Wow.
Her father was Rick Desperado Gonzalez, who was an indie wrestler. And she doesn't have very much wrestling experience either, but she did train at the America Academy of Pro Wrestling Austin, the Texas Wrestling Academy, which used to be the Shawn Michaels School.
Yeah.
And also the Galvan School of Wrestling, which is supposed to be this well-known school in Texas. Like I said, not very much wrestling background or experience with her either, but I do have her finisher. She does a fireman's carry cutter that she calls a tequila shot, which
nice.
I really like. I like that name a lot.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. This next lady I actually heard of before. Her name in this tournament is Rhea Ripley. She's actually from Australia.
Nice name.
Yeah, I like it too. But she's known as Demi Bennett, and that's how I know her also. She's wrestled for a while now, even wrestled Paige here and there. She was signed to a promotion called Riot City Wrestling, which is based out of Australia. She's actually a 2-time women's champ with that promotion. She's pretty good from what I've seen. The match that I would recommend for her is a match she had with a lady named Savannah Summers that was for Riot City Wrestling. It took place last year. That was actually pretty good. her finisher, which you probably like, Dave, she called it soul food, but not like soul, but soul like your feet, SOLE.
Okay.
And it's basically the GTS, to go to sleep. That's basically what it is. And for some reason she called it soul food, but that's her finisher.
All right.
Now, a lot of these ladies are going to have to change their finishers because of their WWE. Like, there's one on here I will mention who does, like, the package pile driver that Kevin Owens used to do. She can't do it in the WWE, so she had to change her finisher. So a lot of these will be different for what you see in the tournament. The next lady, Kavita Devi. Uh-huh.
So, like, she can't do it because of Kevin Owens? Or because it's dangerous?
Kevin, that was Kevin Owens' finisher before he came to the WWE. He couldn't do it because it's banned or whatever.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. He used to do that
I was thinking
before the pop-up powerbomb.
Yeah, I was thinking of the pop-up. Yeah, you're right. I'm like, why wouldn't... She's a woman. Let her do a finisher. It's different. But then, he doesn't even do it. So, okay.
No, he doesn't do it, So she had to change it. Kavita Devi is actually the first Indian woman to ever compete in the WWE.
Yeah.
She was trained by Kali at his school in India. She's a former powerlifter. She has no wrestling experience, really, other than what she does with Kali. But she is a former sub-inspector in the Armed Border Forces for the government of India, which is serious. Yeah. And her English is not very good either.
No, she's got a good look. I remember noticing her when they did the whole parade of competitors or whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, she's very athletic and very strong.
Yeah.
And her finisher is a roundhouse kick. It's similar to the Black Mass that Aleister Black does.
Love it.
Next is Lacey Evans. You've probably seen her from watching NXT. She looks like the World War II type pinup girl.
Yeah.
She's from South Carolina. Like I said, she's signed to NXT. She actually wrestled before with the American Premier Wrestling. She was actually a former champ with them. And this is also the lady that was a former Marine. And she was a member of the Marine Corps SWAT team, which is interesting. I didn't know that exists. Yeah.
Impressive.
Like I said, she wrestled on NXT before with
she actually defeated Nikki Cross on an episode.
On NXT?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
It's March 15th, I think it was.
That would be the recommended match then, because I was going to point out the one she did with Sonya Deville, who is a boxer type chick with the braids. But yeah, if that one's available, then watch the one against Nikki Cross, because Nikki Cross is great.
Oh, yes.
The next lady is actually another one of those Chinese recruits. She's actually from China. Her name is, and I may butcher a lot of these names, by the way, but her name is Xia Li. It's Xiali.
That sounds good.
Yeah, she was, like I said, one of those recruits with Bing Wong and the other people, whatever, the lady I mentioned earlier. No wrestling experience, barely any English. She did train in martial arts. She's a multiple first place finisher in competitions like the Second World Traditional Chinese Wushu Championships and so many martial arts competitions. She's won first place. So she's pretty athletic. She's one to watch for sure in NXT. I don't know her finisher either. I haven't seen her wrestle at all. But yeah, I'm excited to see what else she can do. This other girl, she actually wrestled in the NXT match recently, Vanessa Bourne. She looks a lot like Layla, actually, with the hair, or Marty Bell. She was actually trained by Rikishi and Gangrel. The match that she had on NXT, like I said, was a qualifier, and I don't remember who it was she wrestled against, but I remember it not being very good. So don't watch that one for sure. But she did have one with Peyton Royce when she was going by her real name, which is Danielle Camilla. That one was actually pretty okay. This was in October of last year, so that's a match that I recommend for Vanessa Bourne. And her finisher is a spinning leg hook, belly to back suplex. It looks pretty good.
Her first match is with former WWE star Sarina.
Sarina, nice. Yeah. Who's also in this tournament.
Yeah, so well, I'm sure you'll get to her, but yeah.
Oh, I will.
Yeah,
for sure. Next is Miranda Salinas, who I actually really like. She's from Texas, and she was trained by Booker T in his school.
Booker.
Booker also has.
Dig it.
Is she in his Fab Five?
Oh, maybe. I guess, I don't know. Rally of Wrestling is promotion is what it's called. She actually has a lot of stuff on YouTube that you can watch. I really like this girl. She's kind of short. She's really fast. She's actually really good. She had a match against Kiera Hogan, who recently got signed to GFW.
Yeah, like who's real recently.
Really good. Yeah, like the other day. 2 days ago, maybe?
Yeah.
But I'm going to say her name a lot, too, by the way. But she wrestled her on YouTube, and it's pretty good. So I would look for that match. It's Reality of Wrestling, episode 141. She does this finisher, and I think it's one of my favorites I've seen. It's a whiplash, which is like a swinging hook leg, whatever, net breaker, but she reversed into a bridge chin lock. So it's like a slam and then a submission. And the chin lock is basically the last chance to reach that she don't hook the legs. Okay. So she flips over. Yeah, it's lovely. I love it.
So it's kind of like, how Sasha kind of combines a move with the bank statement.
Exactly. Except hers is actually a slam.
All right.
So it's pretty great. I really like it. She also does a senton bomb, which is interesting because she's so little. But yeah.
Right. How much pain are you inflicting there? But yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Get off.
She's pretty good though, so I will look out for her. Miranda Salinas is her name.
All right. And she's facing off with the aforementioned Rhea Ripley right away.
Oh, nice. That actually should be pretty good. Next is Miss Renee Michelle, who I also seen before this tournament. She's wrestled for plenty of companies like Shine, Reality of Wrestling that I just mentioned, that's Booker T's promotion, East Coast, Maryland, National Wrestling League that follow me on Twitter. Thank you for the follow.
I'm gonna say now her first match might steal the tournament.
Really?
I'll tell you who she's facing off with when you're done describing her.
Well, she's a former champion with East Coast Wrestling and also with the National Wrestling League. And she has a great match on YouTube against Tessa Blanchard, who is also in this tournament.
Yeah.
And her finisher is a second rope moonsault, which is lovely. She calls it a Bonita Bomb.
Okay.
So who is she?
There's two matchups. What you mentioned, Tessa, her matchup too might steal the show. But Renee Michelle is facing off with Candice LeRae.
Oh, nice.
And
that should be pretty good.
That's Johnny Gargano's girlfriend.
Wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it. There's actually a couple WWE NXT stars that have girlfriends in this tournament, and we'll talk about that before we're done.
You have to point those out. I'm sorry, I will. Have that information.
One fiance, one girlfriend. Here, I'll just do it now. Cassius Ohno is dating Rachel Evers.
Ah, okay.
And Montez...
Who's actually next?
Okay. Montez Ford is engaged to Bianca Belair.
That's true. I did have that on here. So.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So there you go. That was the
two. Yeah, Rachel Evers, the Alluring, as she calls herself. She's Paul Ellering's daughter. And she was trained by Lance Storm. She's actually really good. I've watched a lot of her stuff recently, and I've seen her before.
Wait,
she
who are we talking about?
Rachel Evers.
Okay.
Yeah, she actually goes by Rachel Ellering, her real name.
Right.
She's wrestled in Shine and Ring of Honor, TNA, Resistance Pro Wrestling. She's their current champion, actually. She's held it now for 276 and counting days. And she's also a former powerlifter. This girl is very good. She has great ring awareness. She's great at selling. Yeah, I really, really like her a lot. She has a very good match for her championship against Kiera Hogan. Again, I mentioned her name again on YouTube. I would definitely check that out. It's really, really good. Her finisher is actually the TKO, which is a classic move there.
You're saying that TNA got a star, is what you're saying.
Yeah, Kiera Hogan has so much potential. So yeah. Absolutely. They picked up another girl too, and I can't think of her name right now. But she's actually really good also.
Yeah, I'll try to find it while you're talking.
The next lady is Tainara Conti. She's from Brazil. She just recently signed to NXT. She has no wrestling experience before this, but she is a multi-level martial artist. She's actually very, very over in Brazil. Wherever you see her, they go crazy for this lady. She has a black belt in judo and a blue belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. She's actually been wrestling some matches in NXT on their live shows, but nothing on TV yet. She doesn't speak very good English either, which should be interesting. And also she's a heel. So she has this gimmick where she's like, I'm a real black belt. I'm a real fighter. respect me, I'm this, I'm that. That's her gimmick right now, which is actually pretty interesting, and it's getting over too.
Okay.
Well, that's a good thing, because I think you go back to the European one, Pete Dunne actually established himself in the tournament as a heel, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, she's the one to look for as far as heels go. She's the type, I won't bow to you, I won't shake your hand, none of that stuff. She's that type of person, which I really, really like. I like her heel stuff. She's catching on to wrestling very well. She's been paired with Sonya Deville, the boxer lady, a lot. And so they've both been like this heel team of boxer and martial artists, or whatever you want to call it. Real fighters, I guess you can call it. But yeah.
We are the ass kickers.
Yeah, pretty much. It's been working too, because she's, like I said, she's pretty over already.
Kira Hogan and Hania.
Hania is her name.
Yeah.
She's like the something wolf or something like that. She's very good. Very good. So yeah, GFW got 2 great pickups just now. Look out for those 2 girls.
Hania was a masked wrestler named Saturine in Shikara. I'm pronouncing that wrong probably, but yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
The shredded she-wolf.
There you go, she-wolf. I knew of something wolf. That's it. She's actually really good.
I loved her on Glow.
I'm gonna follow her. I'm gonna follow her on Instagram, because holy cow, that picture is hot.
Hey, there are a lot of hotties in this tournament too. I'm just saying. And I'm actually about to talk about one. Bianca Belair. You already mentioned her being married to, or engaged to, Montez Ford of the Street Profits or whatever.
Street Profits, yeah.
She calls herself the ist of NXT, which is the hottest, the baddest, the greatest, the whatever. That's what the EST on her butt means. She's all that above.
Good to know.
Yeah, like I said, she is signed to NXT. She has no wrestling background. She stands out because she's the girl with the very long ponytail. She's a track and field player with the University of Tennessee, powerlifter, CrossFit competitor. She's very well known on that side of the sports realm. She can do a 400-pound deadlift, 320 squats. This girl is jacked. I mean, jacked. She is crazy strong, but she's also very athletic. She can throw these girls around like it's nothing, but then she get on the top rope and hit a perfect 450. She's great. At first, I didn't care too much for her, but the more I see her, the better she's getting, the more I like her. And she's getting better and better and better. She is one to watch in NXT for sure. Bianca Belair is her name.
They gave her the spear as her finisher, so that means something.
Yeah, which I don't know about that, but yeah, her finish. I mean, it's getting overused now. The spear is becoming the super kick. So I hope she gets a better finisher, but she is, like I said, she's one to watch. She had a match against Aaliyah on NXT, which was a qualifying match that I recommend you go back and watch. And it was, the crowd was pretty for the whole thing, because they didn't really care that much for Aaliyah, and they didn't know Bianca.
Aaliyah's not very over, so.
Yeah, and they didn't know Bianca at all, so they didn't care for the match. Well, there's a spot in that match where Bianca literally hits Aaliyah with her hair.
The hair whip.
And and when I tell you that the crowd woke up for that, it's because it's like that Marty Scurll thing when he does the finger, whatever, and you wonder, where's the sound coming from? Why is it loud? It's the same with her hair. When I tell you that sounds just like a whip being cracked, it was an echo. It was so loud when she hit her with. Yes, I have no idea how that happened. I watched I don't know how many times trying to figure out where that sound came from. You have to go back and watch it. It's the one against Aaliyah for the
qualifier.
Like I said, for qualifying.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
That was crazy.
I'm gonna whoop you with my weave, girl.
Yeah, right. Whip my hair back and forth. It's interesting.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Whip my hair. Got
exactly. it. I'm actually about to get into more of the decorated women now.
Okay.
The next one is Piper. I think it's Niven is how she pronounced it. I don't know. I know her as Viper. She's from Scotland. Big girl. She was trained by Mikey Whiplash. She was in Progress.
Oh.
And also Damien O'Connor, who we know as Killian Dane with Sanity. She wrestled for TNA, Shimmer, Pro Wrestling, EVE, What Culture, Shine, so many places. She actually currently is the Scottish Women's Champion, and she also holds the Artist of Stardom Championship, which is the 3-person title for Stardom, the Japanese promotion, with Io Shirai and someone named HZK.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, she's pretty decorated. I have 2 matches I recommend for her actually. Let me say her finisher. She uses a senton bomb, which makes sense for her. She's a big girl.
Okay.
And she does the elevator drop, which she calls the Viper bomb, which is the same as the Vader bomb, which I love.
Nice.
Is she like Nia big or like just
Vader big?
She has Vader's body.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So, I mean, it makes sense that she does the Vader bomb.
Yeah.
But she doesn't get as gassed like Nia does, because I think Nia gets kind of gassed in her matches. Mm-hmm. And I've been watching Viper a lot, especially recently, and she does not get as gassed as Nia does. So, I don't know what's the difference there, but I like Viper a lot.
Okay. Real quick, let me interrupt. Take a little break here for just a second.
Sure.
Between going through, these are the ones that are a little more wrestling backgrounds. So during the show, the 2-night special, you're going to see WWE stars, both, as of this moment, women's champions Naomi and Alexa Bliss were in attendance for the recordings. William Regal was there. The MMA 4 horsewomen were all there, especially because one of them is competing. Mm-hmm. So Ronda Rousey, Jessamine Duke, and Marina Shafir, who is either engaged or married to Roderick Strong.
I think engaged.
Yeah.
I think engaged on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Charlotte Flair was there.
I haven't caught up on my TMZ lately.
Right. Charlotte Flair was there. Bayley was there. Carmella, Tamina Snuka, Emma, Mike and Maria Kanellis were in the crowd. Nia Jax and her family, which included The Rock's daughter, Simone, who was hanging out with Zelita Vega. Thea.
I saw the picture of that.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful.
Sarah Amato, who is a coach at NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Cassius Ohno, of course, supporting his girlfriend Rachel Evers / Elderling. Montez Ford for his fiance Bianca Belair. Akira Tozawa was there. Alicia Fox, Shinsuke Nakamura, Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix, and yeah, so there you go.
So there basically was no fans in the crowd. It was just people from the business.
Pretty much, it sounds like it, right? But I think they were like alternating here and there. It's weird that they all showed up like that.
That's great. Good support. I mean, really.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Like I said, I did have 2 matches for Viper. One is a match against a girl named Alexis Rose. She's actually not that great. But it was for World of Sport Wrestling, and it's on YouTube. And JR is actually doing a commentary for that. I don't know how that happened. But he actually made the match pretty fun. So I recommend that one. And also versus a lady that I will talk a lot about, Miss Toni Storm. She wrestled her for the Stardom SWA title. It's a very technical match in the beginning, especially very Zack Sabre Jr.-esque type stuff. They hit very hard. This is for Stardom, like I said, a Japanese promotion. And a lot of headbutts going on in that match, but it was very, very good. So I definitely recommend that one. Next is Aisha Raymond. She's actually from England. She calls herself the Amazon. She's like 6 feet tall. She was trained by Paige and Paige's parents. She's a powerlifter and a fighter. She's a former Artist of Stardom, which is their 3-person title, champion with another lady that I'm going to mention later. And she's won other titles in 4 other promotions. She actually has a match against Nikki Cross on YouTube that's actually okay. She's not my favorite person in this tournament. She reminds me a lot of Nia. She moves very slow. And I haven't seen a match. Like, I went through a lot. None of them are very good. But we recognize Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross worked very hard, so I would recommend that one, watching the one she fought her in. And she does a Punjabi plunge as her finisher. So,
okay.
Yeah, moving on. Sage Beckett is actually the next lady on this list. She was actually trained by the Dudley Boys. A lot of people know her as Rosie Lala Love. She was in TNA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is her. She also went by a gimmick in the Indies called Betsy Ruth, where she dressed like a baseball.
What's her new name?
Babe Ruth. Betsy Ruth.
What's her new name?
Oh, Sage Beckett is her name.
Okay.
She is currently signed to NXT, but she had to stop wrestling for like 2 years because she wrestled in Japan, and they're tough over there.
Yeah. And
she had an ovary injury. She had to stop wrestling.
Wow.
But she came back. She's now wrestles for Shine. She is 130 pounds lighter. And yeah, she's actually a former champ now, and she's doing great. She actually managed Lana when Lana was wrestling in NXT for a while during the live shows. She managed Lana. So that happened too. Don't have very much footage of that.
When Lana went down? Or
when she was in NXT.
First
She
starting?
was doing live shows or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a terrible finisher. The ovary crusher would be terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Not cool, bro. Not cool.
But her finisher is actually a sit-out spine buster, but it looks pretty nice.
Okay.
There's a video on YouTube about her talking about her struggles and everything. She's actually, she's pretty cool. I really like her. This next lady, her name is Kaylee Rey, which I have heard of before this tournament. She's from Scotland. This is our Daredevil, you guys. This is our Jeff Hardy right here.
Oh, boy. Spot monkey?
Oh, man. She wrestled. Well, she's better than that. But
Okay.
she does not care. She would throw her body around like it's nobody's business. She wrestled in Shimmer, Shine, Woke Culture, Insane Championship Wrestling, TNA, all of the above. She's actually the current What Culture Women's Champion. And she was the former ICW champion. She held it for like 200 and something days. She's wrestled Ember, Moon, Asuka, Nikki, all of them when they were in Shimmer. So she's
bringing
wrestled.
her red hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
She is a daredevil. There is a video on YouTube of a spot where this guy, for some reason, I guess they have some type of storyline going on. He attacked her and threw her into this setup of nothing but tables on top of chairs, on top of tables, on top of chairs, and he threw her in that, and it looked awful.
Wow.
She's crazy. Yeah,
she's actually already had a match in NXT with Nia, I think.
I think so.
Like back when Nia was
early.
Done.
Yeah, when she was being built as a monster again.
Yeah, right.
But what I actually recommend is a match with Miss Toni Storm. That match was awesome. That's a very good match. So I definitely recommend that one. It was for Target Wrestling. And it looks just like the store Target. I'm not kidding. Never heard of this before.
Interesting. All right.
It's from January of this year, and it was great. And she also has a match against Mayu Iwatani of Stardom, Japanese promotion, who is pretty much a legend over there now. That was a hard-hitting match, but man, was it good. So I recommend both of those for her. And her finisher is actually a gory bomb, similar to the Widow's Peak that Victoria used to do.
I used to love that move.
Oh, me too. It's one of my favorites. I always picked it for my creative character on the WWE games.
At least now we know what happens at Target after hours.
I mean, really,
They
I've
wrestle.
never heard of that before. Target Wrestling. Amazing.
Yeah, that's a
There's
new
so
one
many
for me.
promotions out there.
Yeah.
Next is actually Sarah Logan, who's from Indiana. She's known as Crazy Mary Dobson. I don't know if you guys heard that name before.
No, I wish I had though.
Yeah, I've seen her wrestle plenty of times before this. She's known in Japan as Miss Baka Gaijin, which is basically idiot American. That's basically what that means. She's signed to NXT, and she actually wrestled way back in 14 and 15 in NXT against Becky and Bayley and Alexa. She wrestled all those people already.
Is this the girl who does? She's very gimmicky, much like Rosemary over in GFW, where she paints herself up and stuff like that.
She was like that in the Indies, but not in NXT.
Okay, I'm familiar with her when she did that.
Yeah. That was when she was Crazy Mary, when she did all that Rosemary type stuff in the Indies, for sure. And like she wrestled for Ring of Honor, she wrestled for Shimmer, promotions like that. She's former champion. She's very decorated. And her finisher is a split-legged moonsault, which is a pretty good move. She hits it a lot from what I've seen, so that's a good thing. Some people miss it, which annoys me.
Yeah.
But no, she does a good job with the finisher. She's actually really good, very decorated. I've been in the business a long time, so yeah, she's awesome.
Okay.
The next lady is actually a lady that just left TNA, Marty Bell. I mentioned her earlier. She is actually Dominican. She was in the Dollhouse with Mia Kim. She is a former tag team champ. She held that for 371 days. She is a former two-time WSU tag champ with Jazz. You guys, Jazz. Remember Jazz?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, she had a run with her as a tag champ in 2011. Can you believe that? And also, she is the longest reigning WSU champion, their Spirit champion, which is a secondary title. She held it for 602 days, which I think is pretty amazing. She'd had a match against Mia Yim, her former partner in TNA, for the National Wrestling League, which was actually pretty good. That's the match I recommend for her. And her finisher is called Protect Your Neck. Not your neck, protect your neck. And it's a double underhook facebuster, which looks pretty nice. So she was very iffy in my opinion in TNA, but it's probably because of the lack of competition in TNA at the time.
Right.
Because this is when Gail Kim was in and out. They had no Awesome Kong. You know, they basically had Sienna, and who's okay, and they had all these other girls. They still wouldn't let. I can't think of her name. Her name is Cherry Bomb. Allie, I think, is on TNA. They wouldn't let her wrestle for whatever reason. So, yeah, she didn't stand out that much to me in TNA. So I was very surprised that she was just decorated.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I remember her from TNA. I enjoyed her work.
Really?
Not as much as Jade, really, because I thought Jade was the better of the two.
Absolutely.
But, she was impressive.
Yeah, and I said she's not. You know, she just didn't stand out to me. Like I said, I was more of a Jade fan, like you were, instead of her. But she wasn't terrible by any means. But yeah, so the next one is actually Sarina Deeb.
Yeah.
As we know as the lady that was the only lady that was in the Straight Edge Society with Punk.
Love Sarina.
And Gallows at the time.
And Mercury.
The shave head lady.
And Mercury.
And who?
Actually. Mercury.
He was in it was another person? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, Joey Mercury.
Oh wow. I don't remember him at all. I know him, but I don't remember.
Yeah, after he had gotten cut, Punk brought him back for the Straight Edge Society.
Interesting.
Like 2 years after he got cut, or a year after, I can't remember, when he was teaming with Morrison.
Okay. I think I remember
it. It's like
that.
a year and a half or something like that after that. Yeah.
Yeah, he had took that when Joey took that ladder to the eye and just really messed him up. I think he got let go, and then Punk brought him back.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was after that spot. Okay.
Yeah.
I do not have to go back and watch all of that, I guess. Maybe CM Punk, I don't know.
All right.
But anyway, Sarina actually calls herself the female Terminator, which I really like, or the devious one.
She's coming out of retirement for this, right?
I think so.
Because she retired.
She's wrestled earlier this year, but that was all retired women that was in the match that I'm going to recommend, actually.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. But she's wrestled, like we said, for the WWE, also TNA, Shimmer, OVW, so many other promotions. She's a 6-time, which is a record, OVW Women's Champion, Queen of FCW, all this other stuff. She actually participated in a very, very good tag match with Sarah Del Rey, who is Sarah Amato that you mentioned earlier. And these other two ladies from Japan, Ayumi Kurihara and Hiroyo Matsumoto, for Ring of Honor, it was such a good match. Very awesome. All those ladies are actually retired from wrestling, and they all came back for this match. So it was very, very good.
Oh, wow. I just realized she was a GLCW champion. That's like based out of Wisconsin, I think. The Great Lakes Championship Wrestling.
Yep. Yeah, she's very decorated. I was surprised to see that. Also, the lady I mentioned, Ayumi, is actually Yoshihashi's wife. So John will like that little tidbit. She does the Gutbuster and something she called a Mancini Code, which is a front inverted power slam as her finisher. So yeah, she is a familiar face that
Mancini Code.
Mancini, whatever.
That was her last name. Yeah.
Yeah, she does that also. So yeah,
cool.
She's one to watch also. The next lady is actually another Bailey. Every time I look at her, I think of Bailey. Her name is Dakota Kai, but she's known as Evie in the Indies. She's from New Zealand. She's actually Samoan. She's not a part of the Anoa'i clan, but she is. She
might as well.
Samoan.
Is she related to The Rock?
She's Samoan, but not that Samoan. You know what I mean? She's currently signed to NXT. She's wrestled for plenty of promotions, actually, with Shimmer, Shine, Stardom, many others.
We can't call her Oos?
No. Very bubbly, very happy-go-lucky type character. She is a former Artist of Stardom champion, which is the three-way champion. Also, a Shimmer tag team champion with Heidi Lovelace, who we know now is Ruby Riott.
Ruby Riott, yeah.
Their team was called Team Slap Happy, which I thought pretty funny. And she also wrestled for Pro Wrestling Alliance, and she was their champion for 315 days.
Wow.
She has a last woman standing match against a lady named Kelly Ann, who also wrestled for Melbourne City Wrestling, which is in Australia, obviously, which is very, very good. And she has a short documentary that they did on her on YouTube, which was interesting. And her finisher, she calls the TTYL, which is basically TJP detonation kick.
The talk to you later kick. Okay.
Yeah, sure, that too. So yeah, she's interesting for sure.
All right.
Tessa Blanchard is next. This is another second generation wrestler. Tully Blanchard's daughter, for sure. Pretty decorated. She wrestled all over the place. Lucha, NXT, Shimmer. She actually had a one-off tag match with Ricochet, who's actually dating at the moment.
Yeah.
And she was in Stardom's, the Japanese promotion, in their Cinderella tournament that they have every year, similar to the G1 that the New Japan Pro Wrestling does. She is the current Shimmer tag champ with Vanessa Craven, I think is how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
They've been champions now for 270 days and counting. And she's won plenty of championships all over the place.
Did you know that
she's
while dating Ricochet, which she still is, they both lived with Apollo Crews?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep. There was those three people living together.
Crazy. All right.
Right? That is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's actually really good. She had a match with Rachel Ellering with Wrestle Circus that I recommend. It was actually really, really good.
Wow, Ellering versus Blanchard. That's crazy.
They have great chemistry. So I recommend that match for sure. Okay. See if I can pronounce this correctly. This is a lady from Mexico. She's signed to CMLL. Princesca Suhey is her name. When you
probably
see it
better
spelled,
than what I got.
Shug
Hit.
Yeah, Shug Hit. Yeah.
I was waiting for her to say it.
Shug Hit. But no, it's
actually
one of
those when my mom used to say "sound it out."
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I had to look that one up for sure. Thank you, Google.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Suhey.
Okay.
She's a luchador enmascarada, which is a masked luchador. She's one of the older people in this tournament. She's 37. She's been wrestling since 1996. She actually is the current Mexican national women's champion. She beat her longtime rival, Zuxis, and she's currently in a 160-day plus reign. So she's pretty decorated also. She does a Frankensteiner that she calls Suhei, the Suhei driver. She also does a Michinoku driver too. That's a Suhei driver. But yeah, she's one of the high flyer luchadors. She's a masked one, if you don't know which one she is, in the tournament. So like I said, one of the older ladies, more experienced for sure, and yeah, pretty interesting.
Okay.
Only a few more left, so bear with me. The next one is actually Mia Yim. We mentioned her. She's Jade, was Jade in TNA. She was in NXT before. I remember seeing her because, I went back to start NXT over from like 2013. And I saw her wrestle Charlotte very early on. But of course, she didn't last there. And she went to TNA. She also wrestled for Shine, Shimmer, Ring of Honor, all of that good stuff. Very decorated, very good in the ring. She actually managed Adam Cole in Ring of Honor. PWI ranked her number 6 of the top 50 women in 2016. So that says a lot.
I could probably get on board with that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I watched a match recently against Athena, who is Ember Moon. And that was in Absolute Intense Wrestling. Y'all, that match was very, very good. Please
she dropped a y'all on us.
Good. Y'all, that was good. That's how you know I'm serious.
Yeah.
For sure. She is actually the lady that did the package pile driver in the Indies.
Wow.
She cannot do that anymore. Now she does the Gail Kim move, Eat the Feet. I don't know if you remember that. It's like a foot something thing. She does that now, so she'll probably do that in the tournament. So no package pile driver for Mia Yim, but she is definitely one to watch. She is very, very talented. Next is Nicole Savoy. She calls herself the Queen of Suplexes. She has wrestled in plenty of promotions: Shimmer, Alternative Wrestling Show, Pro Wrestling Revolution. She is a former Heart of Shimmer champion, which is their secondary title. She held it for 462 days. And she is the current Alternative Wrestling champion. She's held it for 318 days. And the current Pro Wrestling Revolution champion, she's held it for 332 days. And counting for both of those. Incredible. She is a member of a stable called Trifecta, which include 2 other ladies that I will talk about, Mercedes Martinez and Shayna Baszler. Y'all guys know that name.
Yeah.
She's known for having a lot of submissions, very technical. She was ranked number 13 by PWI, which is awesome. And she had a very good match against the legend Mayu Iwatani of Stardom. Very, very hard-hitting. Very, very hard-hitting. And she does a chicken wing as her finisher. So Very, very technical. She's MMA type lady. She's awesome to watch. This next lady I'm going to talk about is actually another older one in the tournament. Her name is Jazzy Gabert, but she's known as the Alpha Female. She is actually the stepdaughter of Masahiro Chono. I don't know if you guys remember him from WCW. Mm-hmm. She's a former bodybuilder, MMA fighter. She wrestled in TNA, Stardom. She actually held Stardom's big championship, their World of Stardom championship, that Maya Iwatani, the legend as I call her, currently has. She's held just about every championship in Stardom, which is pretty amazing. Those girls are tough. She is 6'1". Like I said, she's decorated, wrestling for a long time. She had a very good match against Miss Toni Storm last year. I definitely recommend that one. And her finisher is the Omega Slam, which is a high-angle bridging fisherman suplex. And you guys, it is awesome to see.
Wow. Wikipedia describes it as the inverted front power slam, but you're saying that's what?
That's not it. You know, I saw that and I'm like, it's not front anything. and I looked at it so many times. I'm like, no, this is incorrect. It
Wikipedia is wrong.
Wikipedia is wrong. Can you believe it?
I can't.
They are.
My whole world is destroyed.
The internet never lies.
So she grabs the leg like a fisherman suplex, and instead of she doesn't go forward at all. She bridges backwards and slams them that way. Similar to, I don't know if you know who Manami Toyota is. Similar to her finisher. It's not a front anything. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing.
I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah, trust me, okay?
Yeah, I got
you. But no, it's a very, very cool finisher. I really like it. One of my favorite in this tournament. I don't know if she's going to use it, but I hope she does. Like I said, only a few more left, you guys. Santana Garrett, who was known as Brittany in TNA, she wrestles all over the place. She is also a second-generation wrestler. Her father is former wrestler TNT Kenny G. She was trained by the living legend Larry Zbyszko and Scott Hall, among other peoples. She wrestled in Shine, Stardom, TNA, like I said before, and so many other places. She actually was the former Shine champion for 252 days. She was tag champion, even Wonder of Stardom champion, which is like their similar to their Cruiserweight Championship title. She won that in Stardom also. Very decorated, winning championships in like 15 other promotions that I haven't even mentioned.
She's been in WWE a few times.
Yeah, she has. Ranked number 5 by PWI in 2015. She actually wrestled against Emma in NXT, which was actually a good match. It was kind of a squash. This was when Evil Emma just became evil. But it was still very, very good. Her finisher is a handspring moonsault. She calls it the Shiny Star Press, which is a little misleading.
Right.
It's like, it sounds like shooting star press, but it's not. It's a moonsault. It's like, what are you doing? But anyway, she's she's actually really good. So no hate here for Santana. The next lady, I think all of us know, Miss Candice LeRae. She calls herself the Canadian Goddess. She was trained by T.J. Perkins and Jesse Hernandez. She's wrestled all over the place. PWG, CZW, Shimmer, Ring of Honor. We all know this.
Recently, she's been a tag team champion with Joey Ryan.
Joey Ryan, the world's cutest tag team. I'm just about to mention that. For like 299 days. She's real respected. You know, she wrestled men all the time, take crazy bumps. She's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
I think I saw her on Twitter talk about her being the only one in the tournament to take a bump from Kevin Owens.
Yeah, she is, man, she's tough. Nothing but respect for this lady. She had a match with her partner Joey Ryan against the Young Bucks, and man, you can see you know which match it is when you go to YouTube, because all you see is her face, and it's just stone cold, just blood all over the place. It's hardcore. I recommend that match for sure. And of course, her finisher, we know it's going to be renamed, guys, but her finisher is called the Ballsplex, which is a crotch clutch suplex. But I don't know if she's going to use that.
Probably not.
More than likely, they're going to change the name.
Maybe
she'll
flip it back to the springboard reverse Frankensteiner.
Yeah, the Heartbreaker, the modified Glory Bomb. Yeah. She also did that. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Next is A.B. Layeth, who is also known as Kimberly. She calls herself the Princess Palm Strike. I know, I've been watching Kimberly Russell for years now. She's currently signed to NXT. She was the first woman to graduate from CZW. I don't know if that's an accolade or something to be proud about. She wrestled for Shimmer, Shine, Women Superstars Uncensored, who had people like AJ Lee and Ember Moon. So many people wrestled for that. Chikara, so many other places.
Drew
She
Gulak
won multiple.
trained her.
Yeah, Gulak trained her. I was actually going to say that.
Sorry.
She managed him too.
Sorry.
She was in a tag team with Cherry Bomb, who is Allie in TNA currently. They've been so many held so many tag team championships, even one for 442 days. She was also in this tag team with this lady named Annie Social. And the name of their group was called Chicks Using Nasty Tactics.
Kind of just rolls off the tongue.
No, but use the initials, Tom.
Use the initials.
I got it.
Yeah, okay.
Don't make me say it. Please don't make me say
Nope.
it.
Nope. This is a PG show.
Yeah, thank you. When John's not around, right? Sorry, John. Like I said, she managed Drew Gulak. They were part of a faction called a Campaign for a Better Comeback Zone. Pretty much the no-fly zone thing he's doing in 205 Live, which is awesome.
I like it.
Yeah, very well known, very decorated. She wrestled Ember Moon in NXT last year, and it was awesome. Her finisher is called the Alligator Clutch, which is a power bomb into a double leg trap run pin. So it looks great. She's awesome. Like I said, she calls herself Princess Palm Strike. She's wrestled all over the place. Everybody knows her. She's great.
She's awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple more. Next is Shayna Baszler. How do you say her last name?
You think you just nailed it. Shayna Baszler.
That's right.
Baszler. Okay. Well, we know her. Submission Magician is what they call her, the Queen of Spades. Very well known MMA fighter, part of the Four Horsewomen, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, she
supposed,
was trained
alleged.
Yeah, there you go. Right. The poor man's Four Horsewomen.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Triggered.
She was trained under Josh Barnett. She is 15-10 in her MMA style. She is the only certified female catch wrestler in the U.S., which is a grappling style. That style is made famous by Minoru Suzuki. That's for you, John.
Hey-o.
She is trained in Muay Thai, a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestled for Ring of Honor Stardom, all over the place. She is the current Absolute Intense Wrestling Women's Champion and the current Premier Wrestling Champion. She is also a member of that group that I mentioned earlier with Nicole Savoy and Mercedes Martinez, which is called Trifecta. I like both of those ladies, and it's a badass group. She had a match against Ruby Riott, who was Heidi Lovelace in the Indies. It's a very fast-paced match. I mean, they were just at it. I definitely recommend that one. It was really, really good. She's a heavy striker, obviously with the MMA stuff and submission, and she does the chicken wing as a finisher. She's awesome. And only 3 more people left, and these 3 people are my favorite in this entire tournament.
Oh, I think I know who you're saving for last.
Yeah, you should know who I'm saving. My pick to win is who I'm saving for last. But these 2 ladies, if I didn't have that lady last to win, it would definitely be one of these 2 ladies. Miss Mercedes Martinez. She calls herself the Latina Sensation. She's another older person in this tournament. She's been wrestling forever, it seems like. She's currently signed to Shimmer. She has held titles all over the place. She's a 2-time Shimmer champ and also their current champion. She's held it for 270 plus days. She's a 3-time WSU champion and also their current champion that she's held for 177 days. Her combined reign for that title, 1,235 days, dude. And she's also a 5-time World Extreme Wrestling champion, and she's also their current champion at 297 days, combined 825 days. I'm still not done. She's also the current NCW champion for 94 days and the current Shine Tag champion with Evilise. Count them. That's 5.
5-time.
Well, she's also the current New Horizon Pro Wrestling Indie Girls Australian champion.
That's 6. I left out 1. There you go.
When did she beat you for that title?
Man, I don't know, man. I have an injury. What can you say?
She's in 2 Hall of Fames already.
Yeah, she's in Hall of Fames and everything. She's in the promotion I mentioned earlier, the WSU that had AJ Lee and all the rest of them.
Yeah.
She's in their Hall of Fame and the World Extreme Wrestling Hall of Fame in their current champion.
She's been in there for 3 years.
She is She has been a top 20 PWI female for 7 straight years.
Wow.
She spent 4 times in the top 10, twice in the top 5, with being number 2 in 2011 and being number 3 in 2010. She's currently 36 years old. This lady, you guys, is highly decorated. She is very good.
She's only 36. My God.
She's 36 years old, but that's old in wrestling years.
Right, but still to have achieved all of that in 36 years.
Yeah. 36 years. She is awesome. She has dominated women's wrestling, and I know a lot of people have not heard of her, heard her name before, which is crazy to me. I honestly, from what I've seen from this lady, a dream match would be against Charlotte. I think those two would have an incredible match against each other because they wrestle very similar styles. She is definitely one of the most decorated, one of the most experienced women in this tournament. She is a dark horse sleeper pick for me, for sure. She is an amazing heel. I can't say enough good things about Mercedes Martinez.
That's a big deal that WWE went and got her.
Yes, for sure. For sure. I mean, just another promotion for her to conquer, I think. Yeah. She needs to do more with them.
Well, I think it's also them recognizing how much of a star she is.
Is she signed, or is she just here for the tournament?
She's just here for the tournament. She's still with Shimmer. So, yeah. Match that I recommend, there's so many, because she is just that good. But she actually wrestled Athena, who is Ember Moon, in an amazing match. You guys have to watch this. Athena played the perfect babyface to her heel, perfect fool. Please watch that match. It is awesome. Her finisher is the Fisherman Buster. Like I said, I cannot say enough good things about Mercedes. She is just great. Definitely one of my top women in wrestling, period, and in this tournament. This next lady, however, comes very, very, very close. And I've mentioned her name a few times before. She is awesome. Her name is Toni Storm. She is from New Zealand. She's currently signed to Stardom, which is the Japanese promotion. She is the first ever Progress Women's Champion and the first ever woman to compete in their main event. She defeated the legend, Mayu Iwatani, to win their Cinderella tournament this year, which is basically a single elimination over the top rope type tournament. And it grants one wish. It's why it's called Cinderella. You get it, one wish, which is like any match, any title, anywhere. And she actually challenged Io Shirai for the SWA title, and she beat her.
Wow!
And the match was probably my second favorite match of last year. It was incredible. Yeah, she, like I said, she won that title from Io. This title actually is pretty new. Io was the first person to hold it, and now Toni has it. And she won it on May 21st of 2016. So she's held it since then, which is like 380 days plus. She is very decorated. She is awesome. She is actually, I think she held another title, but I'm not sure. I don't have it here.
Currently? Or?
Currently. Yeah, currently. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking about someone else.
Progress Women's Champ and the SWA World Champion.
Okay, Progress. That's what it was. I did mention that. I'm sorry. Like I said, she is very decorated. She is one of those wrestlers that is a ring general. She makes everybody better. She is awesome. This girl, seriously, y'all, I cannot say enough good things. Great psychology, ring awareness, selling. I mean, she gets it. Her finisher is actually the air raid crash net breaker, Sheamus White Noise. On her knee. That's her finisher. She also does the pile driver, which is awesome. 2 matches that I recommend. She wrestled Io Shirai twice, who is right now, I think, is the greatest woman wrestler in wrestling, period. The match from last year for the SWA title and the match from this year for the World of Stardom title. Both of those matches are incredible. One of the best of last year and this year, if you ask me. Definitely go back and watch those. And like I said, I cannot say enough good things about Toni Storm.
I think Monroe's a fan, Tom.
I am a fan.
Sure. Yeah,
I am a fan. She looks great. She's awesome. She talks well. And here's the kicker. Are you ready?
Yeah, kick us.
She's only 21 years old.
Yeah. Wow. I was gonna say, if you didn't.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
She's 21 years old.
That's insane.
I got chills just now. She is so good. 21 years old. That would be my pick if this next lady was not in this tournament, for sure. John, she is the I forgot his name already. What's the Japanese guy that was in the CWC?
You're going to have to be more specific.
Kota Ibushi?
Kota Ibushi. She is the Kota Ibushi of this tournament for sure. I can't believe I forgot her name.
I can't believe I remembered it.
I regard.
Yeah, she is. I can't say enough good thing. But last, but certainly not least.
The gold standard.
For sure. Miss Pirate Princess herself, the people's champ, as she calls herself, the Onna Kaizoko, the female pirate, what that means, Miss Kairi Sane, or Kyrie Hojo of Japan. Incredible. She's so good. I love her to death. She started her career in Stardom in 2012, only been wrestling since 2012. She did a lot of collegiate yachting, which I know was a thing.
Wow.
Like on a yacht. Yeah, it's a competitive sailing type thing.
All right.
Didn't know that
Rich
was real.
people. Rich
right? For sure. So that's where she get her pirate thing from because she loves it so much.
Okay.
She is a 4-time Artist of Stardom, which is a 3-way title, 4-time champion. She actually was in a stable with the legend Mayu Iwatani and Io Shirai, which is just unfair to the rest of the world.
Who
called
Meltzer calls all three of them the best. Oh
yeah,
the 3 best wrestlers in the world.
In the world.
Yeah.
Hands down. She is a 3-time Goddess of Stardom champion, which is their tag title. She won the Wonder of Stardom champion, which is their secondary title, and the World of Stardom champion. She defeated Io Shirai, which is their big title. She's actually also winner of their 5-star Grand Prix tournament, which is basically their G1, which actually starts tomorrow, by the way, for 2017. She won so many awards. So many best of this, best match of this year, best this, best that. She's done it all. She is amazing. I cannot say enough good things about her. She had a match against Nanae Takahashi, who is basically a legend, who holds the record for having the World of Stardom title for 602 days. She was in one of the best tag teams. She just MVP awards, here, this, that. Everyone likes her. She's just awesome. She wrestled Io Shirai twice last year and this year. Definitely watch those matches. They are incredible. I think John watched one with me and he actually loved it. It was very, very good. But I think the match that I would recommend the most is the one with a lady named Maiko Satomura. And they wrestled each other in 2015, and that match was probably one of the better matches I've ever seen. Especially for women. That match was incredible. So I highly, highly recommend that match. And as we all should know now, that her finisher is the diving elbow drop. Prettiest elbow drop I've seen since Macho Man.
As we all should know, she says.
Yeah, trust me. You should know this by now. Like I said, the best elbow drop since Macho Man. She does it so well. She does add a little flair to it herself. But yeah, it's awesome. She's awesome. My pick to win this tournament, hands down.
Wow. And she faces off with Tessa Blanchard to start things off. So that's going to be a great match.
That's going to be very good.
And she is signed to NXT, yes?
Yep.
She is signed. That is true.
Yeah, because she was supposed to be signed, and so was Io Shirai, but Shirai, because of health reasons, did not sign.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that is all 32 women. Like I said, there are some very decorated women in this tournament. There are some that are not very experienced at all, but they can only learn for something like this. I'm very excited for this tournament. I'm so happy that they decided to do it. I hope they do it again soon. And there are a few ladies that I wish were in this tournament that I do not see, that I would like to go through really quickly. Like Sarah Del Rey, who I mentioned earlier, Sarah Amato. She is awesome.
You can thank her for a lot of the women that are in the NXT and WWE right now.
Yeah. Well, she's not actively wrestling anymore. She's just a trainer now, right?
She's just a trainer now, but I really wish she would have came out of retirement
just
for
one
this.
Match,
she would have been perfect.
Yeah.
She's so good. A few others, Mayu Iwatani that I've mentioned so many times, Victoria, Gail Kim, cheerleader Melissa, Deanna Purrazzo, Rosemary, Cherry Bomb or Allie, Jessica Havoc, Maiko Satomura, Ivelisse, Awesome Kong, Sexy Star, Io Shirai, and the legend herself, Manami Toyota.
Awesome Kong.
Those are some people that I wish I would have saw there.
Awesome Kong.
I've actually been
acting.
Watching a little bit of this lucha. I'm very impressed with Ivelisse, how she's turned herself.
Yeah, she's so good. She would have thrived in a a setting like this for sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Dave. Go ahead.
Nothing. I said it.
Oh, is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, those are the 32 women. Please check out those matches. They are, excuse me, you would not be disappointed. There are, like I said, a lot of talent in this tournament, and I cannot wait to watch it.
Yeah, so the air dates for this, which, it's stupid. Everywhere you go, they list the taping dates. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, air dates August 28th. It'll be on the WWE Network. That's the first show, which I think, I don't remember how many matches are on the first one, but the second show is just a week later, I think. Yeah, a week later, and then the final... This article sucks. September 4th is the next... Okay, so episodes 1 through 4 are available on demand right away on August 28th. And then episodes 5 through 8 will be available a week later on September 4th. And then the final match will stream live from Las Vegas on Tuesday, September 12th, 10 Eastern. So there you go. And Jim Ross and Lita will be your commentators. Of course, they'll be checking in with Corey Graves from time to time, I'm sure, who's doing the Bracketology special, which debuted after SummerSlam, because this is coming out after SummerSlam. So,
he is doing that one again?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. So this mini turned into a longie.
Sorry.
That's okay. Pretty much turned into a basic episode, but that's cool. It's needed its own episode. So I'm glad we got.
Gonna give predictions?
Yeah. Give it a second. Glad we got to get this recorded. Tom, if you would stop talking for a second, let me. WWE on their own YouTube also released little videos and snippets of these wrestlers if you want to take a look at them before the matches. But again, in the show notes, I'll get Monroe to give me a list of those YouTube clips, and you'll have a list of, videos to watch as I'm dying. Real quick before we get our predictions out there, I wanted to mention that it is decided as of yesterday. We didn't put it in our podcast, but Shelton Benjamin is re-signed with WWE again.
Yep, that's true.
So there you go.
There you go.
All right, so we already know Monroe's, but we'll let her repeat it. Go ahead. Your favorite to win is?
My favorite to win is Kyrie. I always say that wrong. Sane is what she's going by now. She is my pick for sure.
All right.
She's awesome.
Tom?
I've narrowed it down to two. I can't really decide.
Yeah.
I've got Shayna Baszler and Candice LeRae.
Okay.
Nice.
You took one of mine. You both did, but yeah, I think Kyrie is probably the favorite, but I'll also say Abby.
Oh, nice, Kimberly.
Yeah, I'll go with. I think a cool final would be Abby and Kyrie would be a great final. Again, none of us that I know of the taping results. We don't know who's in the finals, but that is out there. If you do want to find it, you can Google it, or just watch it and enjoy it, because I think this tournament's going to be a blast. And
yeah,
we'll talk about it each week as they come out, and then we'll get ready for that final, and maybe we'll do a live reaction video of the final, because why not? It deserves it. I think it's going to be a good tournament, and like Monroe said, something they should bring back every year.
Yes.
All right, Tom, if people want to talk to you on Twitter to talk to you about, ladies wrestling, how can they do that?
It's at I'm at skids_world.
All right. You can reach us at Ringside Geeks on all of the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then we're also on YouTube. So follow us there for any of the live reaction videos we do, and we're going to do some unboxings if it hasn't already been posted, for some cool Loot Crate style stuff. And some video game stuff eventually when WWE 2K18 comes out. Monroe, if people want to find you and talk all women's wrestling with you and could throw down with you, how can they do that?
Let's do it, please. And please look over me in this podcast. I stumbled because I'm so excited. My Twitter is @EoftheS_ENT.
And your YouTube channel?
Eye of the Storm Entertainment.
There you go. Take us out, Monroe. End the show.
Thank you guys for joining me. Thank everyone for listening. This has been amazing. I look forward to this tournament. Please watch. Please enjoy. Have a